She was just a quiet waitress, until a gun was pressed to her chest at a diner. But surviving the robbery was only the beginning. What she uncovered next inside a billionaire skyscraper would shatter a corporate empire, destroy a ruthless executive, and launch her from serving tables to controlling millions for good. This is the true story they prayed you'd never discover. A crowded diner, two desperate men, and a single heartbeat that should have broken her. But for one waitress, fear was just another Tuesday. What the armed robbers didn't realize was the steel in her spine. What the other patrons couldn't see was the secret she carried. But one man noticed everything. A reclusive billionaire, feared for his cold ruthlessness, watched her unshakable composure. And what he did next wasn't just kindness. It was a test, an offer, the opening of a story so extraordinary it would grip the world. Stay with us, because the truth behind this viral moment is unlike anything you've imagined. The bell above the diner door rang, a bright chime that lied. Outside, Boston roared with screeching tires, wailing sirens, and the restless hum of countless lives colliding. Inside, though, the diner felt frozen in time. The smell of burnt coffee, frying bacon, and sugar hung heavy. Red vinyl booths, cracked with age, offered a fragile sanctuary to a motley mix of patrons. In the shadowed far corner sat Alastair Finch. To a casual eye, he was just another suited man. Charcoal, understated, impeccable. Salt and pepper hair perfectly styled. His face unreadable, neutral. Yet the Patek Philippe watch on his wrist? Worth more than the entire diner. Finch didn't merely own buildings. He owned skylines. Finch Enterprises was a colossus in private equity and real estate. A modern empire forged from Alastair's ruthless ability to see value where others saw rubble. He despised lunches like this. Yet once a month, since his wife Isabella passed, he made this odd pilgrimage. She had loved diners like this, calling them full of character. To Alastair, they were inefficient, unsanitary. And yet here he sat, staring at a plate of congealed eggs, feeling the hollow emptiness that no fortune could fill. He was bored. Bored of the sycophants managing his billions. Bored of the sterile, air-conditioned world he had built. His eyes swept the diner, calculating, predatory. A student hunched over a textbook. A couple whispering arguments. A trucker devouring a burger. All predictable. All dull. And then they landed on her. Maya Rodriguez. Her world a universe apart from his. Pale blue dress. White apron. Impeccably clean yet frayed. Every motion precise. Economical. Years of exhaustion etched in her limbs. Lavender shadows beneath tired eyes, but focus unbroken. Coffee refilled. Order scribbled. Mind a storm of calculations. Mrs. Gable's toast extra crispy. Booth 3 allergic to onions. 47 minutes to shift end. Rent due Friday. Ava's prescription. Car transmission making that sound again. Ava, her 9-year-old sister, was the center of Maya's world. Fragile, fighting cystic fibrosis. 2 years ago, that diagnosis wrecked everything. Maya dropped out of nursing school, 1 semester from graduation. Every dollar earned, every extra shift, went to medical bills, specialized treatments, a desperate hope to buy Ava more time. That's why she served strangers with a smile instead of wearing scrubs in a hospital. Irony bitter, swallowed daily. Alastair watched, intrigued by something undefinable. Not just efficiency, a quiet dignity, a grace under relentless pressure. She didn't fake cheerfulness. When she smiled, it was rare, genuine. For the elderly, for the child who dropped a fork. He saw her calm, arguing couples, her voice low, soothing, creating pockets of peace amidst chaos. He almost dismissed it, returning to cold eggs and colder thoughts, until the doorbell rang again. Not cheerful this time. Violent. 2 men stormed in. Not large, but frantic, cornered. One in a black ski mask, the other in a stained gray hoodie. The masked man brandished a trembling pistol. Nobody move. Empty the register now. The diner froze. Clattering plates and quiet chatter dissolved into sharp, choking silence. The student dropped his textbook. The trucker raised hands slowly. Fear thick, suffocating. The hoodie-clad man vaulted the counter, shoving the portly owner against the milkshake machine. Cash, all of it. Maya had been moving toward the kitchen, trapped halfway. The gunman, now less than 10 feet away. You on the floor. His voice panicked, the gun wavering. Alistair's instincts kicked in. 2 assailants, 1 firearm, likely 9mm amateur, shaky hands, motivated by money, high risk of stray shot. His hand moved toward his phone, ready to call his private security, but then he froze. He watched Maya. She didn't scream, didn't drop. Slowly, she set the plates on a nearby table, the clink unnaturally loud. Hands raised, palms open. "Okay," she said. "Calm. Steady. It's okay, everyone. Just stay calm. He's getting the money." Her eyes locked the gunman's, not challenging, but assessing, de-escalating. She saw not a monster, but a terrified man making a mistake. An elderly woman began sobbing. The gunman snapped, panic rising. "Shut up." Maya turned, directing her calm toward the woman. "Brenda, look at me. Breathe. It's almost over." Impossible courage. She controlled the room, the robber. At the counter, the hoodie man stuffed a bag of cash. "Let's go," he hissed. The gunman backed out, eyes meeting Maya's for a fraction of a second. Confusion, maybe shame, then fled. The diner erupted. Sobs turned to whispers. Owner sank onto a stool, breathing heavily. Amid the chaos, Maya moved, kneeling by Brenda, offering water, checking on the student, the couple. She was calm, a lighthouse after a storm. Alistair sat frozen, his phone untouched. He had seen CEOs crumble under pressure, politicians sweat under one tough question. Yet this minimum wage waitress had faced a gun with more composure, control, and tactical grace than any of them. Not reckless bravery, calculated, precise, life-saving calm. Police sirens came, belated, the room settling. Maya's face pale, lavender shadows deepened. She resumed work. She brought Alistair the check, hand trembling. "I'm sorry, sir. Meals on the house." He finally truly looked at her. Exhaustion, frayed uniform, unbreakable core. He wrote nothing on the check, pulled $2,100 bills, placed them with a stark white business card, and stood. That wasn't fearlessness. That was management. Very impressive. Without another word, he left, leaving money and a card that could either shatter her life or rebuild it. The sirens faded. Maya's hands mechanically cleared tables, mind frozen on the booth. $2,000. The card glowed with quiet intensity. Relief surged, almost buckling her knees. Money for Ava's medication, rent, a month of breathing room. Her co-worker Beth gaped. Who was that? Maya only trembled, hiding the stack in her apron. The shift blurred. Statements given, details noted. The limp of the hoodie man, the worn brand of his sneaker, all remembered. At home, the reality hit. Ava asleep, little chest rising and falling. Money counted on the kitchen table, then the card. Alistair Finch, a name that burned in her mind. She searched online. Images, headlines, Forbes, Wall Street Journal, Financial Times. Manhattan's Midas. Titan of billions. Reclusive, ruthless, predator. Why $2,000? Why the card? Not charity, investment. A challenge. 3 days passed. She paid bills, bought a new air purifier, but the card remained a splinter. What did he want? You should call. Ava rasped one afternoon, having found the card. Maya hesitated. For Ava, the world was simple. For Maya, a minefield of hidden intent. Pride didn't pay for life-saving med. On the 4th day, heart racing, she dialed. Expected a secretary, a gatekeeper. Instead, Finch. Same raspy voice. No greeting, just statement. "Hello, Mr. Finch. This is Maya Rodriguez." Pause. "I know who you are. Been expecting your call. For days isn't decisive." Hesitant. Maya bristled. 4 days is practical. I had to ensure my family's well-being. A faint smile, almost imperceptible. Fair. Finch Enterprises, 88th floor, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Don't be late. The next morning, Maya stood before Finch Plaza, black glass and steel piercing the clouds. Her single interview outfit felt inadequate among men in bespoke suits, women in designer dresses. 88th floor. Air-cooled, faint leather, lemon. Frosted glass doors led to a kingdom, Alistair's office. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Sparse, modern furniture. Desk a massive mahogany slab. Alistair turned, eyes locking hers. Punctual. Good sign. Sit. I don't waste time, he began. The $2,000 was for entertainment. Entertainment. Maya asked, tense. Watching you manage that situation, best thing I've seen all year. No panic. Assessment. Control. You have a rare skill. Absolute calm under extreme duress. I can teach finance, not that. Eyes locked. I have an opening. Special projects coordinator. Reporting directly to me. Maya. I'm a waitress, incomplete nursing degree, not qualified. Finch. Your nursing background is why I want you. Observing symptoms, triage under pressure. Business is the same. Identify illness in a deal, pressure points, who to save first. The resume lay before him, deceptively ordinary. Yet Alistair Finch didn't see ordinary. Your resume, he said, his voice low, deliberate, is the single most impressive resume I've seen in the last decade. Not for what's on it, but for what isn't. Failure. He slid a single sheet of paper across the gleaming mahogany desk. Maya picked it up with trembling hands. An offer letter. The numbers made her head spin. 5 years of diner wages condensed into one line of ink. Full medical, dental, vision, benefits that could change Ava's life overnight. Her voice barely audible, she whispered, I don't understand. You'll handle problems, he explained. Sensitive problems, explosive problems, human problems. A union on the verge of striking, a protest spiraling out of control, a high-value client about to pull out. You will go into chaos and bring it back to calm. Spreadsheets? PowerPoints? Not here. You'll use the same skills you used in that diner. Observation, de-escalation, control of human emotion. Maya's mind screamed, this is insane. And it was. A billionaire, hiring a waitress based on 10 minutes of calm under threat to become his personal crisis manager. Part of her whispered, this is a mistake. Another part, the part that stared down a gunman for her sister, recognized the truth. He saw her. Not the uniform, not the poverty. He saw the warrior. One condition, Alistair's tone sharpened. Absolute loyalty. Absolute discretion. You will be tested. Many here will see you as an interloper, an outsider. They will try to make you fail. If you fail, you're gone. No second chances. He rose, signaling the end of the meeting. I need your answer by the end of the day. Maya stood, the paper clutched like a lifeline. Sharks prowled outside her windowed tower, but sharks bleed. And she knew how to handle bleeding. For the first time, the city that had always been hostile looked possible. Her voice, calm, unwavering, echoed the diner. You don't need to wait, Mr. Finch. I accept. A shadow of a smile appeared on his face. Good. Your first test begins Monday. The 88th floor of Finch Enterprises was a different world, a crystalline kingdom of ambition, humming with the silent flow of millions. Maya's office, a glass-walled cube near Alistair's, marked her proximity to power and vulnerability. Eyes followed her everywhere. Whispers floated through the halls. That's her, the waitress. Finch hired her on a whim. Her tormentor appeared on day 2. Preston Cole. Tall, sharp, perfectly tailored, and armed with a smile that never touched his cold blue eyes. The golden boy of acquisitions, Ivy League polished and instantly insulted by her existence. Maya, is it? He leaned on her doorframe. No invitation needed. Preston Cole. I head up M&A. Just welcoming you to the team. Sarcasm dripped from every word. Thank you, Preston, Maya replied evenly, remaining seated. A small, subtle power play honed from years of difficult customers. He circled her Spartan office. Fascinating story, a waitress, and now here. Truly keeps us on our toes. I was a waitress, she said evenly, meeting his gaze. I'm also a fast learner. Preston chuckled, dry and condescending. If you ever need help with EBITDA or non-GAAP, just let me know. Don't want to overwhelm you. He sauntered off, leaving a trail of arrogance. Maya ignored him. The first week was observation. Files, meetings, dynamics, flinches, evasions, she mapped it all. By week 2, her first true test arrived. Alistair called her in. Sterling Tower. Problem. Maya had read the file. An 80-story luxury condominium downtown. A single holdout. An elderly teacher refusing to leave her tenement for 50 years. Preston's approach, pressure, legal threats, had failed. Media irritation simmering. You'll handle it, Alistair said. 48 hours. Solve it. Maya left, noting Preston through the glass. furious. Legal department? Buyout offers. She ignored them. She went to city archives. She dug. She learned. Then a small bakery, a lemon tart purchased. Afternoon arrived at the tenement. Small, worn, but dignified, flower boxes in place. Door opened by a sharp-eyed woman with a crown of white hair, book in hand. "If you're from Finch, turn around," she said firmly. Preston's obsession festered. Merit could not defeat her. Her past had to. Enter Costello, private investigator. Weeks passed. Maya's life was clean. No skeletons, just sacrifice and diligence. Then, a break. Costello traced the diner robbery months ago. Daniel "Danny" Sullivan. Low-level criminal, apprehended. Visitor logs. One recurring name every week. Older brother. Preston's stomach tightened. Something significant was coming, and he was on the precipice of it. "The brother's name is Michael Sullivan," Costello continued, his voice deliberate. "He's a mid-level analyst. Works in the risk assessment department for a large downtown firm. Maybe you've heard of it. Finch Enterprises." Preston felt the air leave his lungs. Michael Sullivan, quiet, forgettable, sitting 6 floors below in his corporate cubicle, a man Preston barely even knew existed. And yet, his brother had held a gun on Maya Rodriguez. Costello lingered, savoring the silence. But that's not the best part. Michael's work log. Guess who he's been working under for the last 6 months? Guess which senior XX projects he's been assigned to? Preston didn't need to answer. He knew. Michael Sullivan was one of the many analysts feeding numbers for Preston's acquisitions. "I don't see the connection," Preston growled, but his mind raced. Dots connecting faster than he could track. "Oh, there's a connection," Costello purred. 6 weeks before the robbery, Michael Sullivan was flagged by your internal auditors. A minor discrepancy in the Northwood Logistics deal. You signed off on it. 2 days later, Michael wired $5,000 to his brother, Danny's girlfriend. "Looks like you covered for a man who was skimming," and his brother went on to rob your boss's newest favorite employee. "Not a good look, Mr. Cole." "Not at all." Preston hung up, trembling. He remembered the Northwood deal, the minor flag, the tight deadline, his decision to sign off to keep the wheels, a small act of ambition, now grown into a cancerous liability. If Alistair saw this as anything other than a coincidence, it would spell catastrophe. Preston had tried to destroy Maya, but unknowingly, he had planted seeds that now pointed back at himself. Meanwhile, Maya was finding her stride, not just as a problem solver, but as a potential leader. Alistair gave her a high-stakes, sensitive project, vetting a potential nonprofit partner for the Finch Foundation. The lead candidate, a media-savvy organization called Future Forward, had glossy brochures and glowing endorsements, exactly what Preston had championed. Something about it felt wrong. Maya went to the source. She spent a week visiting the community center's Future Forward claimed to support, speaking with staff, volunteers, and residents. The reality was stark. Underfunded programs, hollow initiatives, a corporate cash siphon disguised as charity. She needed the numbers, raw financials that the foundation would never willingly provide. And she needed the analysts behind the glowing recommendation. That meant Preston Cole's risk assessment team. A Tuesday afternoon, a package landed in her inbox, the data, the personnel files. She scanned the analyst roster. One face stopped her cold, Michael Sullivan. Recognition struck like a physical blow. The same haunted eyes, the same weak chin from the diner robbery lineup. Her stomach turned as she clicked deeper. Michael's project history. The Northwood Logistics deal. Supervised by Preston Cole. The internal audit note. Flagged, then cleared by Preston. The constellation of facts aligned in a terrifying picture. Preston, Michael Sullivan, his criminal brother, the diner robbery. Not a coincidence. A rot. A secret born of reckless ambition and ethical compromise. Her instincts told her to dig further. Future Forward, the sham charity Preston had aggressively promoted, held the key. Within hours of cross-referencing financial records and vendor data, she found it. The largest payments went to a boutique PR firm, owned by Caroline Vance, Preston's girlfriend. Preston had been funneling corporate donations into his own pocket under the guise of philanthropy. She compiled the evidence, requested a boardroom meeting, CCing Preston. The room was tense as Alistair entered. Preston smirked, confident. Maya began. Her presentation was surgical. She methodically dismantled Future Forward, ending with the slide showing Caroline Vance's company as the primary beneficiary. Preston's face drained of color. "This is a smear campaign," he sputtered. Alistair's glacial stare silenced him. "Continue, Miss Rodriguez." Maya pressed on. "This is not an isolated incident. It's part of a pattern of judgment. I am not alleging orchestration of the diner robbery, but his negligence and ambition created direct liability linking violent crime to our company." The boardroom held its breath. Alistair's voice dropped to a growl. "Preston, is any of this factually inaccurate?" "Trapped," Preston stammered. "It's complicated." "No," Alistair said coldly. "It's remarkably simple. Gather your things. Security will escort you out. Your career here is over." As Preston left, Maya turned to Alistair. His expression was one of profound respect. "You didn't just identify a problem. You brought proof and a solution. The head of the Finch Foundation is yours." The story of Preston Cole's spectacular downfall and Maya Rodriguez's meteoric rise spread quietly through the corporate world. The public would hear about it soon, thanks to an unexpected source. Brenda, the woman Maya had calmed during the robbery. Brenda's granddaughter, Chloe, a journalist, followed the trail. She interviewed the diner owner, discovered the $2,000 tip, and pieced together the story. Then she dug deeper, tracing the new park dedication, the Robert Du Bois Memorial Garden, and the woman behind it. Maya Rodriguez, now at Finch Enterprises. The headline went viral. From waitress to vice president, the billionaire who hired the hero of the corner booth diner. The world was captivated. Maya handled the media storm with poise. She shifted the focus from herself to the mission. "Mr. Finch recognized a skill set," she told reporters. "De-escalation, managing fear, clear communication under pressure, skills I now use to support underfunded community leaders. Talent exists everywhere. You just have to look in unconventional places." The story inspired millions. Maya became a symbol of hidden potential. Finch was seen as a visionary, not for wealth, but for understanding human capability. From her office overlooking the city, Maya launched Project Nightingale, supporting students forced to drop out of healthcare programs due to financial hardship. Ava thrived under her new treatment. Maya finally had the peace of mind she had fought so hard to secure. One evening, Alistair visited her office, surveying the plans for Project Nightingale. "Impressive," he said. "You're not just running the foundation, you're remaking it." Maya smiled. "The system lets talented people fall through the cracks. I'm just performing tria." Alistair looked out at the city lights. Buildings, companies, wealth. He had acquired many things in life. But hiring Maya Rodriguez? His first and only truly priceless acquisition. The waitress from the corner booth had not only changed her own life, she had changed his. In the end, it wasn't luck or generosity. It was the quiet, invisible strength forged in hardship, recognized by someone who truly understood it. The story wasn't about a billionaire or a waitress. It was about seeing talent where others overlook it, and the extraordinary things that can happen when you do. Was Maya's rise from waitress to corporate powerhouse inspiring or shocking? If this story gave you chills, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your reactions. Collision. Don't forget to subscribe to Black Nation Strength for more unbelievable true stories that prove courage, smarts, and grit can change the world. Hit that like button and join the movement. Because strength isn't just born, it's forged.